The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure buried in a field, which a person finds and hides again. And out of joy goes and sells all that he has and buys the field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant searching for fine pearls. When he finds a pearl of great price, he goes and sells all that he has and buys it." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
How do you describe your relationship to God? How do you describe your relationship to God? It's really difficult, isn't it? We flounder for the right words. How do you tell of such an intimate spiritual experience? Some of us avoid talking about it at all, and others of us resort to metaphors, to comparisons, to ordinary things, in the hope that our listener can make the connections. We say, for example, our relationship to God is like being born again, or like coming home from a long journey, or like being struck by lightning, or like falling in love, or like an intimate talk with a friend. Listen to this type of language. We cannot exactly say what God is, or what being in relationship to God is. So we say what it is like. What it is like. We use picture words. We speak in parables. Jesus did the same thing. This entire month, we have been listening to Jesus speak of God in parables. And today's gospel passage continues that theme. Jesus strings a number of images together, like beads on a string in this passage. What is the kingdom of God? Jesus answered that it's like a treasure in the field, like a rare pearl. And earlier in the chapter, he said it was like a mustard seed. It was like yeast and dough. These metaphors flash like a slideshow. What are we to make of these images? I think first, these images suggest that we not get hung up on any single image. These images come whizzing by like scenes viewed from the windows of a moving train. There's no time to study or to dissect each one. They form, in a sense, a cumulative message. Parables are meant to point the hearer to a greater reality. They are the sign to the destination. They are not the destination itself. Just because you've studied a map of New York City does not mean that you've been to New York City. The kingdom of heaven is like this. It's like this. It's like this. And we're supposed to be dazzled by the variety. Second, the images in this passage and others point to the essential hiddenness of the kingdom. Notice the first parables. First, a poor man finds a treasure hidden in the field. He sells all that he owns to buy the field. In the second parable, the wealthy merchant finds an exceedingly rare pearl. He too sells all that he owns to buy it. Whether by lucky glance or by trained eye, these two men become richer than their wildest dreams. But to get there, each had to trade in something else in their lives. The surpassing value of the treasure makes all other possessions trivial. The kingdom can be found, but only by those willing to pay the price. It cannot be had along with trivial pursuits. It must replace them. Apparently, the kingdom of God is not obvious. It must be sought. It will require some effort. But if found, it will enrich life beyond measure. This is the stuff of legends. We love stories of people buying an old book in a flea market only to find out that it's the lost diary of a famous man. Or stories of a shepherd boy looking for goats in the Holy Land and finding the Dead Sea Scrolls. Or of a woman buying an old coat and discovering a map to a hidden treasure buried by pirates. If the kingdom of God is hidden like that, we are in for an interesting search. But where do we start? Jesus does not offer a map with a big X marking the spot to dig. He does not offer a magic series of numbers to win a lottery ticket. In fact, because these stories are parables in the first place, we should be forewarned that the treasure which the kingdom of God offers is not monetary at all. It's better. But where is it hidden? How do we search for it? Do we begin in really holy places like Vatican City, or in a place of saintly service like the ministry of Mother Teresa's sisters among the lepers in Calcutta? How about the Holy Land tour? Maybe. But maybe it's not so important where we look as it is that we look at all. Maybe the point of Jesus' stories is to suggest that God may have hidden the signs of the kingdom in the oldest place of all, right out in the open. It's possible. Sometimes a homemaker hides her sterling silver among the stainless steel, or her diamonds out in plain sight with costume jewelry on the countertop. It's the last place that the thief would look. Maybe God has hidden the signs of the kingdom in the smiles and cries of children, in the outstretched hands of the poor, in the routine decisions of the workday, even in rush hour traffic in the afternoon. Maybe Jesus knew that if we could not find the presence of God in the ho-hum of every day, we would not be able to recognize him in the extraordinary moments of life either. So if I were searching for the hidden kingdom of God, and I am, I would start with my own family, my own community, my own ministry, my own city. It would just be like God to be there. And he's the only treasure really worth having.